So I'm a program director of Minikino, and it is quite old organization here in Indonesia. It's 19 years old this year, and we started actually with the year-round film festival, which is monthly screening and discussion. And happily, I'm saying that we are still doing it. Yay! And apart from that, since 2015, we start doing the annual Minikino Film Week Bali International Short Film Festival, and this year is our seventh year. Now it's a bit different, of course, than the year-round film festival. With Minikino Film Week, we have the short film festival and we have the short film market. It's a very young market, and by saying market, we try to emphasize that we also would like to showcase not only Indonesian films but also Southeast Asia. So to be part of Minikino Film Week, you can enter from the official selection. We open as early as 1st of December, even this year for next year, through Film Freeway and Short Film Depot. And then we also have other doors to enter and be showcased at Minikino Film Week, which is the annual program exchange. Also S Express from Southeast Asia and Indonesia Raja from between cities in Indonesia, and also other guest program from other festival or organization collaborator. So among those festivals, there are also some other program, also education and workshops. And just to keep my promise that talking about short films and short film festival, it's gonna be a romantic Sunday evening. So if I may share with you, I promise you not gonna be long, only 9 photos. If we can share like now, then I will be able to probably give you an idea of what we're doing. So it is an international short film festival. The menu, like the choice of films to watch, came from all around the world. But we do have pop-up cinemas, and we screen it at micro cinemas. So not at the regular commercial cinema, but we reach out to people. For this pop-up cinema, basically we go to villages, on those 8 days. And then the next slide is what you're going to see. So along with the pop-up cinema, there will also be some sort of workshops, and it involves the children and the youth. Always also involve moving image workshop usually, and a lot of laughter usually. So the third slide. The magic of pop-up cinema is to remind us why we make a festival and why filmmakers make festivals, is to have their films meet the audience. And with these pop-up cinemas, we actually bring to most of the audience even their first experience watching films in a big screen. And then on the next slide, and Bali is sitting in the volcanic land. So our 2018 festival right on time for Mount Agung eruption schedule. So we move the pop-up cinema to the evacuation camp. And so this is the power of cinema and the power of short films. You can really touch a lot of people and inspire a lot of young and old people with your films. The next one. It's a bit more serious and market-like, but if you can spot Puiyee there among those programmers, this is from one of our short film market program this year. It's a Toast Your Short. It's a new program where we actually selected several projects. 5 filmmakers meet about 20 plus programmers, and and they talk about their film's journey at different stage of their production. Some is on pre-planning, some is shooting, and some already have the films. So this is our effort to try to get them some inspiration of where to travel after their films finish. And the next one, Um, as we are gonna talk about short films made marketable, this is Minikino's effort to try to reach out to markets that usually are not even discussed about. So to make more inclusive cinema, starting about 3 years ago, we start doing closed caption for deaf and hard of hearing people, and also audio description for the low vision and blind people. So these are something that we think is important to raise awareness of, and it's not only about the festival but also about the audience and also about the filmmaking itself. It is surely changed the landscape of the film itself when you are aware that it could be or want to reach out to some certain market. And the next one, we can just go in rows. It's always fun to work with children, and this is like a very this is Sutrop. So we do a lot of workshops aiming to introducing the history of cinema itself and the joy of being creative with your simple idea, starting with the moving image workshop. And then the two last slides are, if you are a short filmmaker, if you are a filmmaker, I'm sure you will notice how beautiful this photo is. Like, like you are working with your actor, you are working with the camera, you are working for the people, for human. And the next one is my last slide. Is just a reminder of somehow, regardless we're talking about the industry and regardless we're talking about where to go, where's the money. Remember, there's people that will be inspired with your film if you meet the festival or meet the platform that can uh, get your films through. That's all.
Short Film Festival in Asia is based in Tokyo, and then we started the film festival from 1999, and then we got the Academy Awards accreditation from since 2004. So now our winner of international Asia, Japan, nonfiction, which is documentary and animation, 5 winners gonna be eligible for Academy Awards. So that makes us the one of the biggest short film festival in Asia. We receive about 6,000 or 7,000 short film from all over the world, which is good because we know like such a high quality short film from all over the world. But besides the film festival, we are also working as a distribution company. We acquire the license of international shorts, and then we try to sell to the Japanese market. And also we acquire the license from Japanese short film to try to sell to the international market. So we are working as like a two-way, like film festival to gather high quality short films, and distribution company to sell the high quality short film to the marketplace.
Hi everyone. Lightson is an international sales agent company for short movies, but also for feature film. We founded the company back in 2015, and let's say that we prefer to work with first-time director, international emerging talents, and we don't have a specific, kind of movie we are looking for. any genre or any narrative form is welcome in our lineup. We have very different movies in our lineup at the moment. We have more art house movie, and then we have more commercial movie. And let's say we have a soft spot for cutting edge movie and for first film. And what we do is film festival distribution. We take care of the festival distribution and sales. And when we say festival distribution, this means a lot of things, starting from designing, a specific strategy for each movie, and trying to exploit the strengths of the movie, and to handling the delivery of the material once the movie is selected, keeping the contacts with the programmers, trying to promote our movies. So it's a complex job, that involves a lot of aspects. We are not looking for a specific kind of movie. We like to say that we try to work with the movie we see and we like, and sometimes the producer, the directors contact us directly. Other times we find the movie because we do a lot of scouting in the market, in the co-producing market, and stuff like that. And of course, we have established in the past few years some very good relationship with producer and director, so they keep coming back to us, and we try always to keep working with the same director also, because one of the main goal for us is also to establish a relationship that goes beyond the movie we are working at the moment, but kind of human, and also working relationship that can last in years, and maybe from the short it can goes to the feature film, and yeah.
Let's kind of go back to like the beginning of sorts, because when we think about short films, there's usually like two train of thoughts, like one of them, it's perceived as like a stepping stone to make your first feature. And like the idea is like, practice your craft making short films so that you have enough experience and whatnot before you make your feature. But then the other train of thought is, it's perceived as a medium where, you can experiment, you can take risks with your artistic direction, your artistic freedom. So I'd like to ask all three of you, do you feel that, there is, as a filmmaker, and especially for filmmakers starting out, like, is there a way to balance both sides of this train of thought while though they start out making short films?
I think there is definitely a way to balance these two aspects. I must admit it's not easy, and but of course it's totally up to the director's skills, to find the right the equilibrium, the right balance between both sides of this coin, and I could make an example from one of the shorts we have in the lineup. The movie is called Stay Awake, Be Ready by Pham Thien An. It's a second short movie because Anna directed previously another short called The Mute. And Stay Awake, Be Ready won the Kenzen, the realisateur in Cannes in 2019. And I don't know how many of you have seen the short, but it's a long take of around 14 minutes. And I don't think we can define it as an experimental movie, but of course there is in it some research, and it can't be classified as well as a classical narrative movie. It's something in between, and the movie, apart from the premiere, was really successful in the festival circuit, and Anne, the director, is now shooting his first feature film with a bigger size production, and also there is involved a co-production with France. So this is an example where you can somehow find the balance, between risk something with your art, because the movie is there is some research in it, so it's very there is some artistic freedom in it, but the movie has been, and it is very successful in a festival circuit. And then what I can say from my point of view, a short is the term short movie is also not so representative of, because a short is not a short. This is just a term that human being came up to distinguish between the length of two movies. For me, a short movie is a movie. But at the same time, the first step from for a director to be recognized in the festival, in the cinema industry, the first step is with short. That's the reason is because they, of course, they cost less, and and it's easier to make them for many aspects, and so it comes natural for a director to start with short movie, and it's easier for him or for her to experiment more in this kind of form, because when you are in a big production with a lot of money invested by other people, by producer, you have all the eyes on you, and most of the times you are not completely free. You are not able to do what you want on the set. It's quite different. So it's easier to experiment with short movie than a feature film. And as everything in life, if you start from the smaller thing, you are more, let's say, ready to handle the bigger one. So it's not easy for a director to to premiere, to start his career from a feature film. It's more natural to start with shorts, and if you manage to coordinate a small crew, it's more likely that you are going to do the same with the bigger ones. And the short movies are really important. Because they are, for directors, are like the business card to try to enter in the feature film industry. And I was listening the panel you had yesterday with the producer, and they say the same things in the end. Short movies are the business card for new directors, and when you will looking for to make your first feature film, and you attend the co-production market to find a co-producer, it's very important for you. You can prove you have done something valuable in the past before, so it's very important that your previous works, most probably short movies, have been selected in good festivals before, and possibly they have won also some awards. That's a really nice plus.
Yeah, I think that also, if like as a business card, I think it also gives like them more confidence in giving money to your feature, because you've kind of like proven that you could make a good short film.
I will actually continue Flavio's train of thought that as stepping stone, I think I'm talking on behalf of festival, and I guess like short film festivals' role in this matter is to provide like the comfortable platform, a good soil for the short filmmaker to grow and to be found and to found each other. The industry can found them. And I believe it's very important, I think, for the filmmakers to really recognize the film festivals in their own region first, in their country first. Like as for Minikino, when you got your film selected at the festival, for Indonesian, for example, it's a national premiere. It's okay. You've got your world premiere, you've got your international premiere still safe. While at the same time, Minikino Film Week is Bali International Short Film Festival. Same, I guess, goes to the Japanese filmmaker as well. So for Malaysia, you can find the festival in your own country first. Because I'm seeing more and more that the film festival, and the relationship between the film festivals and the filmmaker needs to do a better research of the film festival around them. It's really great to aim big and dream big, but the people that work with Flavio Lights On, for example, are lucky people because Flavio probably, of course, give good advice and give good strategy. But maybe you can, and if you're filmmakers and listening to this session, when you do your research, I think you can be really totally realistic with your film festival strategy and actually can make the most out of it. Like I remember, I think Minikino, Edwin, uh, Edwin is Indonesian filmmaker now, is big feature filmmaker as well. But he first bring his short film to Minikino to just see how it looks on big screen, and it's really a nice story that I'm always happy to share whenever I get the chance, because this is where the journey begins. I guess not so like stepping stone, but it's part of the journey. And I cannot really see anyone making feature all of a sudden, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's from me. Yeah, I guess Aki will probably be able to add some more of this.
Yeah. I personally don't consider short film as a stepping stone, because short film is kind of one media of like entertainment. It's like the same as a feature film. So people they have compared to the feature film, short film have their own strategies and everything like that. So, but the short film is it's for the filmmaker. Short film is kind of like a tool to be discovered by not only for the film industry but also the audience as well. So they should show their own originality or characteristics or art sense, and then maybe their possibility to make the feature film. So the short film definitely leads to make the feature film for the filmmakers, but we should also consider short film not only like a stepping stone but also business card, of course, but also like entertainment itself. So that's why maybe short shorts is try to introduce short film, like culture of short film, to the Japanese audience and also international audience as well.
I think I also kind of want to go back to what Chika you mentioned about filmmakers should do their research on film festivals and all. And this is one question that I'm not sure if you all get asked a lot, but I do get asked quite a bit from the younger filmmakers, is the where and how to find opportunities for your short films once you've finished making it. So I wanted to ask all three of you also, besides doing your own due diligence on researching on film festivals, like what, where, and how do you think short filmmakers can find opportunities for their short films? If Aki, would you like to share?
After the complete the short film, it's like Chika said, you should definitely go to the film festival to be discovered. Because some filmmakers, especially like Japanese filmmakers, they completed the film film that they make the film and then complete the film, and they just put on the YouTube for free, and then they say like their friends, "Oh, I make a film. Can you watch? And can you just feedback to me?" And then because they are their friends, so they only say like nice things. No, they don't complain or they don't say bad things. Yeah. But you should definitely go to the film festival to be discovered, not like the people who doesn't know you. So they are very honest feedback. They can give honest feedback to your film, and then it's gonna be great for filmmakers to that feedback, and then to make the new project.
Yeah, because in the film festivals, you are also with like other your peers, right? Like other film professionals. Yeah.
because
Okay.
not only like a filmmakers but also the audience as well. They
Mm,
love
mm,
film, so that's why they come to the film festival. So get
mm,
them like not only the positive feedback but also negative feedback at the same time
mm,
to get to like to for the next project, I think.
Well, it's true what Aki was saying. It's important to have your short screen at the festivals because it's where you will find other person that are trying to do the same as you what
mm,
you are trying to do, and person with whom you can share thoughts, and you can have some talking about your movies, about their movies, and it's always important to share your opinion with a person from the industry because it's
mm,
it's a growth process that can help you to make better with your
mm,
new project. So where you can find opportunities for your short movie, definitely the first step is in film festivals, and then you can when you finish the film festivals run that can last
mm,
also 2-3 years maybe,
mm,
because film festivals usually have some requirements, and among them
yeah.
is also the year production. So if you and usually the timing for a short is 2-3 years. So after you
Mm,
have finished the festival's run, you can try. Also, in the meantime, at the middle, you can try to explore other possibilities with VOD channels, with
mm,
also TV channels, with airlines also. So these are the main option. And at the very end, you can also go online on YouTube, for example, just to have
mm,
your movie somewhere on internet. But first,
mm,
you should have to try the other option. And you can go online on YouTube just if you don't have any other contracts with VOD channels that require, of course, to be not online
mm,
for free. So
yeah.
it's and from my point of view, from sales agent point of view, of course, the answer to your question is to rely on a sales agent, on a distributor, because it's supposed to be the person that knows the industry and
Mm,
knows how to explore the market related to
mm,
your movie, and
yep.
and it should be the person that uh, present your movie to the person that are potentially interested in your movie.
Mm,
So
mm,
again, film festival, television, VOD channels, and yeah. But I'm not the sales agent that thinks that every shorts need to be represented by a distributor, because there are
mm,
many shorts out there.
mm,
There is I don't know how many shorts have been done every year, but there are many because it's easier to do it, as I was saying before. So it depends a lot from what you're expecting for from your short. If you
yep.
want to try only, I don't know, if you want to try to submit only to 50, 60, 70 film festivals, maybe it's a job you can do yourself. But
Mm,
if you think that your short is very good and it deserves an attention, a proper job, do it on it, and you want to
mm,
be very present on the festival circuit.
mm,
So when I say very present, it means that you have to do, I don't know, 30 submission per month, and in total 200, 250 per year. Maybe you need a person that just for the office work, you need a person to do
yeah,
it.
to sit there and
Yeah,
send, submit.
yeah, because it's a very time-consuming job in the end. And so it depends a lot from what the director wants from for his short.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm just going to add actually, I've put down link, shortfilmconference.com members, if probably someone can put it up online. so people can actually click and or note it down. Short Film Conference is a non-profit association, and Minikino Film Week, and also Short Shorts. I think are proud member of this association because it's really helpful to keep the filmmakers safe from the fake film festival or from the pseudo film festival or from the film festival that only wants your money. And that's not good. Not good for you. You're throwing away your money. Might as well try to find legit film festivals, and short film conference members are legit for sure. And I also add up another link, which somebody from the organizer probably can also put it up. It's a shortfilmconference.com code of ethics. And for those speaking Melayu or Bahasa Indonesia, lucky you, you have the Indonesian language and also English. Of course, there you can actually do your research. You can read what is the guidelines for short film festivals. Bear in mind that they are only guidelines. Not all the film festivals are doing that, and they must have got their own valid reasons. But these are very good, I think, information. And I think Short Film Conference already add on the Code of Ethics additional for the online film festival, so that you can yourself read what to expect and what to get and not getting. And, I think by having this knowledge, I think you can also choose to go with sales agent or do it on your own. Just do your reading and do a lot of emails. Yeah, you can do it.
So I guess the important conclusion is really take the time to do your own research, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think when we think about marketing for short films and or like distribution, I think sometimes one does, or at least if you're starting out, you do not know like how to go about it, where to start. So I know for Flavio, since like you're a sales agent, I think we all know actually how important it is to market your short film, right down to simple things that filmmakers do not realize, like the type of images you should use to sell your short film. I wonder if you can share more about that. How, or also how a filmmaker can not also present or market themselves as filmmakers.
Of course, there are some material, some elements which they are required from the movie industry, starting from film festival, and they are the basic material like the poster image, the synopsis, the log line, the images from the short, and the biofilmography of the director. So those elements are really important because they represent graphically your movie. So they have to be for example, the pictures have to be very kick-ass pictures, let's say. So they have to catch the eye, to capture the. But these are all very important elements. But what I say a lot, that in the end, what is really important is the short itself. You can have a beautiful poster, you can have a fantastic synopsis, but in the end, what is really matters is what you have done with the camera. And I don't think that many programmers from festivals are watching, are taking care so much of the poster of the movie. What they want to see is the movie itself, and if they like it, they are going to program it. Also, if the poster is awful, So yes, of course, it's important. But then again, what is really important is what you have done with the camera. I don't know if Aki and Chika thinks the same.
Great poster. We love great poster because we also do exhibition of the poster. So, but again, I totally agree with Flavio. Yeah, I I don't think we even care about the director's statement or the log line, but we jump into the film itself first of all. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, also the trailer is really important. They have directors that thinks a lot about the trailer. They send me a lot of try out, and okay, it's great, but it's not the main point. I receive a lot of screeners, of course, every day from producer, from director, and they send me the online screener, the poster, a lot of info about the movie, and it's fine. But when I receive the mail, first thing I do is to watch the movie. Then, if I like the movie, I watch also the other materials. But if I don't like the movie, there is no point for anything else.
I'd like to also mention there some filmmakers don't care about like clearance of the music or like copyright issue. So we as a distribution company, we contact the like sales agents like a Flavio and also individual filmmakers as well, because we like their film and we definitely want to get the license. But when I contacted the filmmakers, they say like, oh, the music is not like cleared for like a TV stations, or like it's only for the festival. So it's like it's so pity. Like we love that film, so we want to like show it to the Japanese audience, but it's impossible because of like a music clearance. So when they make the short film, you should also consider to make the money with them and to get the clearance. So that is the other concern maybe I would like to add.
Because you mentioned that with this film distribution platform, it's mainly focused in Japan. So I'm actually very curious to find out more, like how it works in Japan and whether there are any case studies you can share.
We acquire about like 10 short films in like every month. And then we used to work with a VOD company, but most of our business partner is like a private company. So like they make their own website. It's not related to the entertainment at all, but they make their website if they want to stream the short film to their customers. And some of the website are related to their e-commerce website. So short film can be fit to any media, like not only like TV or on the huge screen, but also everybody can watch the short film in anywhere, anytime. So like our majority of our business partner is not VOD platform anymore. We work with a private company and on the website, or we sometimes organize a screening on the department rooftops, or like the wedding place, or like a restaurant.
Okay. Interesting.
Because the short film everybody can watch only like a 10 minutes, and then they can feel like they can watch like a feature film. So mainly like we are working with like a private company to screen the short film as much as we can.
And with these short films that you all acquire every month, are they mainly the short films that have already been screened at your festival, or do you all look out for other short films that are not necessarily screened at Short Shots?
Half of them is for the festival. We pick some from the short selection, but half of them is either from the sales agency or submitted works. We didn't select the shorts, but we consider this is good for the market. Because the sense of the film festival and sense of the commercial is slightly different. Like for the commercial purpose, we avoid to have any mature elements. Like we don't have any violence, blood, or anything like that. But festival don't care so much. So we have like our own like kind of like a censorship to the commercial purpose. So that's why maybe we can't pick all of them from the festival screening. More like the distribution, like sales agency recommend us and watch it, and it's really, really good, and we just pick for the acquisitions.
Okay, so in the event that a short film is selected like for a festival or for other screening programs or whatnot, And I think this is the time where, we need all these materials from the filmmakers. Is there anything you all feel that like filmmakers should take note of in when you all start marketing their films? Be it like the importance of a press kit. Do you feel that is very important for short filmmakers, or what are like other marketing elements do you feel that is important for young filmmakers to take note of when they want to start marketing their films?
I must say it is, of course, it's useful to have a press kit, but as simple as having, a set of stills, your own director's headshot photo, all your production team name, because some film festivals, some do actually acknowledge them. Your contact, and also I think all of your social media handler, because the film festivals and their social media, it's an important element, and it's always nice to have also the interaction from the festivals to the filmmakers, and also for their own promotion. It makes them easy to actually just re-promote it to a wider audience. And actually, this one, most of the filmmakers, I think, already have the awareness. It's to have a clear file and an SRT file. If you are, it's because they sometimes only have the hard soup. Meanwhile, some film festivals actually do take the effort to translate, to do subtitling for your film, because
I know you do that, right?
Yeah, because we want our audience to also enjoy the film as much as the non-English speaker. So actually, it is very helpful to have the clear file and the SRT, to be technical about it. And that, I think, is the most standard.
Yeah, I was like asking this also because when I used to work at SGIFF, like there are cases where filmmakers they don't even have film stills or like a director headshot. So like I thought that isn't this like common, you would have prepared. So but yeah, sometimes they don't. So that's why I was like wondering, besides having all this like the essential marketing materials, what other things they should look out for. But sorry, anyway, if Flavio and Aki.
Sorry, yes. One more thing, a reliable email. Like, don't submit using your producer and then you take over at the second half, and then at the last half you take another. It's gonna be actually really bad for the film itself, because for Minikino Film Week, for example, we put up the email of the filmmakers. Why? Because we would like to have your film found by other film festival, other programmer, other VOD, la la la. So if you put like an active email address, boom, that's a recipe for disaster, number one.
Yes, I've encountered that before, where we selected a film and an email bounced back, and we're like, oh shit, how do we contact? Flavio and Aki.
I will add that it's important to be reachable, to have your I don't know if you can't have a website because maybe it costs money. You can have a Facebook page with an email address, so that programmers can reach you out easily without going crazy searching on Google. I know this because I used to work in film festival programming, so I know your efforts sometimes. So yeah, it's important to be reachable, and it's enough to have a Facebook page of the movie, with the email address. It's important, and just adding something about the market aspect. If you have something in your short movie, an element, a content that you think it's important to promote, maybe you can choose some images from the short that display this somehow. That display this content. If your short movie is about kids, maybe you can have a picture with the main character of the short and. Stuff like that, But again, these are just basic material, basic tools that can help you, and you need to have all these materials because festivals are going to ask them. But again, what is important is your short, is the movie itself.
Still is very important, but maybe like attractive still and attractive synopsis, because not like short film is not like a feature film, so we can't, like when we promote their film for the festival, we can say like Brad Pitt in your film, Brad Pitt in the film. Like we just try to promote with more attractive synopsis and still to get the attention from the audience. So we have to make the people come to the screening to watch them. So maybe not only like just like a regular still, but also like more attractive, more like visually like attractive still pictures, and also like more attractive synopsis to get more attention from the audience. I know it's so hard, but
maybe not a long synopsis, but a
no.
one.
Yeah, it's always so hard. Like everybody, like filmmakers send us like an English synopsis, and we try to translate to the Japanese and try to make more attractive or to get more attention from the audience, because we can use like famous people, like famous actor, like famous actress, but we have to make more attractive by synopsis and still pictures. So those one helps us a lot.
You'd be surprised, like a good still image can actually help to sell tickets.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
And I want to talk also about, what like a ecosystem, like a short film ecosystem. And when I think a lot of times when I think of film stuff, it's very natural for people to think about feature films, like what's the ecosystem behind it and everything. But I think sometimes short films, or at least in our region, it's not really common to talk about it. I understand in Europe there's like film markets for short films, like the Torino short film market and all. But I wanted to ask all three of you, what do you all feel consists of an ecosystem for short films?
Well, let's say that the ecosystem for shorts is pretty much the film festivals environmental, because for the big problem for short movie is that the classical theatrical distribution doesn't exist. Apart some occasional cases, we can't watch a short movie in cinema. So beyond the festival circuit, other channels of get your movie seen are the TV stations. There are some of them around the world that acquire shorts. There are the VOD channels, and there are the air companies. There are some air company that acquire shorts. And for some short movie, but it depends a lot from the kind of short movie, there is also some opportunities with museum and art galleries, but we are talking about art house movie or movies or short movies where are, for example, for short movies where there is some dance content, they can be very attractive for some art galleries, and all of this option, TV station, VOD channels, comes after the festival distribution phase window. With COVID and with more VOD channels are going to be released, so that the windows between the festival distribution and the release on internet is becoming shorter and shorter. But at the same time, it's better to keep the for first option at the beginning of distribution, it's better to keep the film festival distribution. Then you go and try to sell the movie to TV station, VOD, and other kind of other channel of distribution. But the ecosystem is pretty much this one.
Like in Japan, unfortunately, we don't have so much like a strong ecosystem as a short film. We don't have so many like short film festivals. We have a few short film festivals throughout Japan. But as I said, like short film can be fit any media. So it means like there are so many opportunities. So TV station in Japan doesn't screen short film, and then cinema in Japan doesn't screen short film. But we have like we used to have like a cinema, Shibuya Cinema Street, which is like at 10 p.m. every night. We screen one short film in the Shibuya Crossing, like a famous Shibuya Crossing.
Oh yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's mean like a short film can be fit anywhere and it can be fit like any media. So even like ecosystem itself is not strong, but short film can be like marketable and can be like commercials because they can fit anywhere.
Yeah, because of the duration as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can
And
more
easy,
freedom.
easy
Yeah.
to understand, and then easy like consume. Like we don't need to like sit on like 2 hours to focus on the one screen. Like it's only like 10 minutes, and we can enjoy. So
Yeah.
that is a good point at the short film, definitely.
I would like to just add that short films, regardless of the year of production, has always have value for cultural events. Minikino does a lot of programs and managed to get some screening fee whenever possible. We would like to get screening fee for these films, even older films. For cultural events, and then also education and research. I think is very important. Like at the moment, we are working on audio description and closed caption for some short films and some features as well with Indocs. They are preparing an education module, using this short film with the added value of the closed caption and audio description. So there are actually like a wide spectrum of how long your short films can survive and be really, really inspiring for other people as well, and might also be useful for the filmmaker itself.
I also want to talk about the landscape of shows, because like all of you all shared the ecosystem, like from museums, galleries, VOD after the film has finished the festival run. Do you feel that the landscape for short films, it's pretty much the same as how it was like when you think back about like 5 to 8 years ago, or do you all feel that has the landscape kind of changed a bit in current times?
I guess it's a little bit changing, but not only for short movies, but for also for feature films, because the online part is becoming bigger and stronger. I guess this is because from one aspect, because we are all more used to watch the movie at home because we are more involved with Netflix and platform like that, and so the younger generation, for example, are more used to watch movies and at home. This is one of the reason why the VOD channels are growing very much. And the other one, of course, is COVID. The cinemas all around the world have been closed for many months. So a lot of new VOD channels were born in the last year, and this is good from some aspect. Under some aspect, some from other aspect, this is not good at all. And but still, this is how the things are going. And yes, I guess the movies on the internet are going to grow in a lot also in the next few months, in the next few years. And there is a change in the industry, and we must somehow to adapt to it. You can fight, but still you have to find the right balance between the two aspects.
Well, people is getting used, people can easily to access to the movies for sure after the internet is coming, and also the people, even on the train, people can watch the movies. So people is getting used to be a shorter content as well. So if when a few years ago, 5 years ago, when we talk about the short film, they don't know about the short film so much. What is the short film? It's a content on the YouTube. But in this day, when we talk about a short film, they know about how it look like, and then how they can consume or they can enjoy. So which is good for us to we can easily to introduce a short film to the audience.
Definitely changing. 5 years, boy, 2 years, and it changed a lot. But I think the interesting part is I second Aki's opinion that now it's really good. More and more people are aware of the format of the short films format. In a hopeful manner, I'm seeing this situation as film festivals are still important also for filmmakers and also for the audience, because it's actually more of a social event. It's the gathering, it's the collective cinema experience. It's irreplaceable. And I think it's a one thing that also, not the only thing, but that's one thing that allow the filmmaker get the films being exhibit in the most proper way that they think when they start making it. So I think it's also like an honoring the film itself. I think film festivals should, the physical film festival, I think should stay, and I think will stay. They might reduce the scale, or try to make sense of the of the whole scale of the energy of the film festival. But
what do you all feel are the advantages, disadvantages of these different formats? And I think all the festivals around the world, they are all also still grappling with the idea of a hybrid model. Can film what's next for film festivals? I don't know if we all have the answers yet, but I would like to hear what you all think and your thoughts. So if Chika, you want to start off to continue what you shared earlier.
It's good. Both actually is good. Now depends on what the film festival is trying to achieve and what sort of audience or what sort of filmmakers are you defining yourself. Because with this online film festivals, it can actually reach out to a lot more people. Like for some sensitive topic in some region that are highly sensitive and cannot be even displayed in a big screen out in public. Now they can reach out to a wider audience, because everyone can just watch from their own home. You don't have to expose yourself to the trouble that you might get yourself into when when watching this sort of films. So that's one thing. And also the online film festivals, and also all this OTT VOD, they can reach out to like for example autistic audience, and some people that have difficulties in going to the cinemas, or going to all these public places. They can now easily also enjoy these films. So I think that's the good thing about online film festivals.
So do you feel that this is the future in a way, we just have to live and adapt?
I hope not. I hope not. I hope we can live with both. That would be nice. Like, I mean, even if Minikino Film Week, if someone wants to sponsor us, or the government would like to give us money for next year, Indonesian government,
Hint,
yes, of
hint.
course, we would like to make it possible and accessible. Yeah, why not? But I think the big screen has to be there, and it has to be also available physically.
I guess it's a complicated and situation and matter, you know. Um, I think, in my opinion, one of the good things about festivals going online is that more of them are willing to pay screening fee to the directors instead of the past. And this is a good for the director. But this is pretty much all of the good things I can say about online festivals, from my point of view, at least. Because I think that festival, if possible, should stick to live screening, and because that's the reason they were conceived in the first place. You know, show movies in their natural environment. It's much important for me, and the natural environment is are the screening venues, are the cinema with real people looking at the same movie at the same time, and this is very important for the director itself. If he or she is attending the screening, it's important to be in the same room with the audience and talk with them after the screening, meet the people that actually watch the movie at the same time. And it's important to introduce the movie to a real audience that you have behind you, you know, and stay in the same screening room, hearing their thoughts about the screen during the screening, you know, if they laugh when they have to laugh, their opinion on stuff like that. For the director, it's important to attend physical festivals, you know, because it's where they meet other filmmakers. As I was saying before, they meet other people from industry, and it's really important for them. And something I've experienced with our director, because it's part of their personal growth as a human being, but also professional. I'm not against the new system, let's call like this, because it's a natural process, maybe, and you have to adapt to it somehow. But I'm totally fine with the VOD channel, but they existed before, and they are something different from a online film festival. So if a festival needs to go online for a specific reason, it's fine. But otherwise, I'm not sure. And otherwise, we have we risk to you know, to get people used to watch movie at home.
To come out.
And the risk is bigger for younger generation, that they are not used to go to cinema at all, because they watch everything on internet. So at least the film festival should keep fighting and having the you know, the live screening. Lately, and I hope, and I really hope, I do hope that I'm wrong, I'm feeling like some festivals are taking advantage of this situation, and they are still going online and holding hybrid event, even if the situation with COVID in their own country is under control, and maybe there is no need to have the online part. I don't know if I hope this is just a wrong feeling I'm getting, but I don't know. I feel like they have tasted that they can reach a wider audience, and they just can't stop now. And I don't know if this is so you know, so fair for the from the directors mainly, because sometimes there are a lot of festivals still are going online without geo-blocking, for example, and this is very bad. It's very bad for the directors. Maybe the directors are not aware of it, and they risk to lose all the national premiere status all over the world.
Because like with online also, sometimes it's quite hard to implement that in place if there's like issues with the system and all. And I do agree also. I think the wonderful thing about film festivals is that human to human interaction, the connection that you build with each other.
There are some movies that are it's completely different to watch a movie on your big screen at home. You can have the bigger screen you can get, but it's different to watch it in the cinema. It's completely different experience. And there are some much, because they are meant to be screened
on the big screen.
Short go to the hybrid after the COVID-19 pandemic, and then our online and offline screening, both of them are free admission. We don't charge any like entry, and then still like even like the audience can watch all selection at home. Still, they come to the theater to watch the short film. Same selection as on the online. So we just consider like we can figure out like the people need to be like a theater, and they need like a physical festival because they can communicate to the filmmakers, and also they can enjoy the short film, as Flavio said. Same like they can watch the film at the same time and then receive like the same reaction. So definitely we should keep like a physical theater as a film festival. But from the other perspective, as a film festival, as Chika said, like we can expand to the audience. Like we can expand to throughout Japan, and also we can screen the short film as much as we can, because for the physical theater we have to like our short is about 10 days film festival, so we have like a certain slot of the program, so we only be able to screen about 300 short films in every year out of 6,000 submissions. But if we go to the online, we don't need to worry about like venues or rent of the venue, blah blah blah. So we can select the short film as much as we would like to screen. So that is a good point for like online theater for the festival perspective. But we have to respect the world premiere of. We have to respect the filmmakers to choose either online or offline. So that is the other way to show their options as a film festival. Yeah.
One thing that I think it's also been asked a lot is money. So like, is there a way like short filmmakers can actually even earn something from their short films, or how do they like start a career as a short filmmaker? How you make money from your short films?
I'm losing the English translation for this, but it's like bagai durian runtuh. It's like once in the blue moon, sometimes magical thing happen related with short film festival. Indonesia is now the Indonesian government is now has just announced the release of they call it economic recovery for the film industry. It's supposed to be for feature film, but we cannot. Not we. I mean, Minikino is not the one that hold this, but the government is. Trying to actually support the film industry, and it's supposed to go at first to the feature film, but then in July the COVID-19 number rise, and they cannot do it earlier, so it goes obviously not to the feature film but to the short films. So the government is releasing a really quite a very good sum of money for short film production, and then it it is now in a selection progress. But the good part is that the government is recognizing the filmmaker portfolio of the past 3 years at the certain film festivals in Indonesia. So I think in a way that's really good. Meaning, short filmmaker submit their films to film festivals. They don't get the money immediately, but that's the business card. That's the acknowledgement. And this is such a rare thing. Like I say, once in a blue moon. But hey, it is your business card. So yeah, when you put it up there, it get picked up by a good film festival, get recognized, properly acknowledged. I think the money will follow. It's very old fashioned, but don't you think? Maybe Aki and Flavio have
Yeah.
different opinion about this.
No, make a good film, and you can be discovered by the sales agents or distributions, and then make a good film. That's all maybe I can say.
The question was if you can make money from your short movies, right?
Oh yeah, is there a way? Yeah, can filmmakers make money from
Maybe, as Aki was saying, if you made a really good movie, there is still hope. But otherwise, it's really hard. It's really hard because there isn't an industry behind the shorts that can allow you to make money. The main form of income for short movie are still the festivals award, and it's really hard to get them. It's it's really hard to be selected in good festivals because there are a lot of good short movie out there. The competition is really high, and so it's even more difficult to get awarded, because it's hard to get selected in the first place. And I think it's really important for directors, and this is something that Allenberg was saying yesterday, to somehow to understand that to be rejected from festivals is part of the process, because even if the most successful short maybe receive a lot of rejection, so it's part of the process. And for 20 rejection, maybe you will get 3 selection. It's part of the project, so you have to be able to balance and your emotion, because you will get a lot of rejection. There is no way to avoid them. It's part of the process, So getting back to your question, festival awards are for me still the main form of income. Screening fee from festival for a short movie are pretty much near to zero. There are very few cases that festivals pay a screening fee for shorts, unlike what happened with feature film, which is more common. Now with some festivals going online, as I was saying before, it happens much, but still we are talking about some rare cases, and it depends a lot. The screening fee from festivals depends a lot from how much successful is your short in the festival circuit. It depends a lot from your world premiere. If you manage to get a world premiere in a A-list festival, it's more likely that festival are going to ask you to screen the movie, and so it's more likely that they are willing to pay you a screening fee. But these are very, very occasional, rare cases. And another form of income, of course, is try to sell your short movie mainly to TV station. But again, there are a lot of good movies. This TV station around the world are not so, this buyer around the world are not so much. And of course, they can't buy many shorts, so it's something you can try, but it's very, very difficult. And again, it depends a lot from your short. If you have a very commercial short movie, maybe a comedy, it's more easy to sell, because sometimes this buyer are TV station that broadcast, for family, for general audience. So they have to be short that can be watchable from any kind of audience, from the young kids to the older people. So they can't be too more violent. They can't be. They have graphic violence or sex, maybe. So they have to be very commercial short movie. And the problem is that there are a lot of very good shorts made out there. So it's important to do a good short movie that can compete in this market, and then try to be reachable. Try to have your short movie get seen from these people, and this is why this is the moment that the sales agents came in and try to push your movie to these buyers.
I think something that is also been asked a lot is whether, so let's say your films, the filmmakers' films, get into like a good festival and all, but after that, like what is next, right? Do you all feel that what are the challenges of trying to sustain yourself, or like as a film, as a filmmaker, is it even sustainable as a career? I wonder if you all have any thoughts about that.
You can't live from make it a short movie, I guess. You can do it if you don't put in place your own money. If you manage to make the short with other funds, institutional funds, from co-production market fund and stuff like that. If your producer is able to get this money not from your own pocket, maybe it's at the end of the process, if you made a good short, and if you won some awards, you are going to make money, to gain something. But if you invested your own money, it's really difficult that you are going to recoup all the money you invested in the short, because a short movie can cost a lot of money, and it can't generate so much income.
If I consider Japan, we don't have so much like a funding system for like art, like generally art in Japan. It's pretty bad. But like as Fabio said, like people consider like short film is low budget, and it's actually like a low budget compared to the feature film, but it's not that low. Like the filmmakers spend so much money to make the short film, but still like people tend to consider short film is like cheaper than the feature film. Everybody consider it that way. So it's pretty bad. So we should change those ideas. Like short film is one of the art. We have to respect short film as same as a feature film. So we should change to those ideas throughout the world. So it might be changed in the future.
Yeah, I think it's a good note, like to change the mindset. Like short films is film, and to highlight, like retract a little bit. Flavio was saying it's important for the filmmaker to travel with the film. I remember this one filmmaker. He actually switched job to become flight attendant for almost 3 years of his life, committing to be flight attendant so that he can travel with his short film all around the world, including to our festival. So imagine that.
That's
Where's
great.
the money?
Actually,
Right?
that's kind of smart.
It is smart. So where's the money? Okay, so he invested his time and his professional life into traveling with his film. And where is he at now? At year 6, after 3 years after he stopped being flight attendant, he is writing his first feature and is trying to now making his feature. Not saying that the short film is the jumping stone. No, he traveled with the short films, making the connection that we are talking about, the theory just now, and it does happen. So, but no, he didn't make money from the short film.
Yeah, it's I sometimes find it quite depressing thinking about it, because I do agree that the mindsets of how to appreciate like a short film should change, and like I always like thought about what is like the best way to have like a career in film, be it like you're a filmmaker, producer or whatnot, to have something that is sustainable, because I think like you all mentioned, it costs a lot of money to make a film, and I don't really have any answers, but one thing that I thought of that I feel like education is very important. The fact that we start introducing sharing about short films in schools and all, to just grow that appreciation for the audience, and to hopefully like just build like that appreciation for the local films that you see, or kind of like just know who the local filmmakers are from your own country. I always thought like that is important, but I don't know if you all have any thoughts on what do you feel that it's like it goes deep into like a cultural thing, or like the government has to do something about it to change the mindsets. What do you all think?
I think it's like a, I will not say toxic cycle. I will say it should be a good ecosystem, because the audience also really have, I think, have a great role. Festivals and government for sure. I'm pretty sure, and the rest of this commercial side of it as well. Um, you cannot just, I think we cannot just point finger to only one party. I think it has to work the whole in circle.
It will be important to watch to show short movies also in the school, like you were saying, and it's also a governmental problem, and maybe they should invest more in short movie. Every country around the world should have money to give to short movies, and it's not always like that. And of course, it will be welcome if also the film festivals start to pay screening fee, even if a small screening fee is something, because there are a lot of festivals out there that requires a big money for submission, and I don't know, maybe they need that money to make the festival. But if they manage to set aside a little budget for the festival, for the movie that they are selected, it will be helpful, because if a short get 30-40 selection, and from every of this selection the short will be able to get also, I don't know, 50 euro, I talk in euro, sorry, 50 euro, at the end it will be a good income, at the end of the festival run.
Yeah,
and, so also the festival maybe could be a little step towards this ending, towards this meaning.
Yeah, hopefully more festivals will get there, not just like paying feature films, which I know most of them do, but just if there's a way. I agree, like just even if it's a small amount, I think that also just like shows the respect for the filmmakers and the work. Sorry, Flavio.
No.
Okay.
I was saying that Aki just already told this, but making a short movie, it costs a lot. Of course, it can be very different, but even if the smaller short cost money, and sometimes you have like this feeling that festivals are not aware of this. It seems like they are made, the directors made the short for free, but it's not like that. It's not absolutely like that.
Like everybody say, like short film has like flexibility. Short film can be fit any media, but at the same time, short film can be made for any purpose. So, like for example, like the PPC mentioned, like educational purpose, like the government or educational institution can use the short film to educate their kids, and also like private company make the short film to their branding, and actually like short starting like a branded movie competition from 2016. So if like we can change the mind as a short film, we should like gather the other participants, not like entertainment industry, but also the other private company or other participants to get involved with the short film, and then it might be lead to like mind change for the short film.
Yeah, yeah, and hopefully that can be something sustainable,
Yeah,
like as for a
for sure.
filmmaker. Yeah. How do first-time short filmmakers find a producer?
But I guess the best way to find a producer if you are a first-time filmmaker is to attend festivals where there are some producer or other directors attending, or festival with a market maybe. In Europe we have Clermont-Ferrand that has a very big market for short. There is the Torino Short Film Market. So it's like more likely to meet producer doing this kind of events and pitch your idea. You have to. It's true that you are a first-time filmmaker, but you have to pitch at least an idea of a short movie. Otherwise, there is no reason why someone should invest in you.
Like to get to know the people as much as you can. Like you should go to the film festival, you should go to the market, even like online you can go to the community for the filmmakers and to like express your ideas to like the certain people to get attention from them. So not only for the market or film festival, but also maybe it's good to go online, like Facebook community, and then pitch your ideas to the potential producers.
I was just to add that another thing you can do is but still you have you still need to have an idea of a short movie, a synopsis, a treatment. You still need to build a pitch around your idea and try to be selected in some co-production market, inside work in progress selection. There are a lot of them in Europe, at least, and so this is a good way to pitch your idea to potential investor, to potential producer. But for first-time filmmaker, of course, it's more difficult because you don't have a curriculum. And sometimes you have to risk your own money. And for example, we have now in the lineup a Chinese short, which premiere at Venice, in the Venice Film Festival, in the Orizzonti competition. And the director is very young because he is 20 years old. The short is called Artai Egg Homework Books. The director is Rang Xiao Luo. And he's very young, and he self-produced his short. And in the end, he did a very good job because it was premiere in Venice. And he's very young, and now he's already developing the feature film. But invested his own money borrowed from parents, for example, or from bank. And of course, you have to risk something. Otherwise, if you don't risk, you won't get anything.
Yes, the most important thing is to understand what's the role of the producer. So then you can decide on your own. Are you going to self-produce? Are you going to just ask your friend? Because if it is your first short film, I'll say do it, and then try to get the next one. A stranger. Most of the film festivals have the catalog online. You can download them, read, and then you can usually sometimes they have the email address as well. I mean, reach out. It's not we're human. We're not robot. If you get lucky, I'm pretty sure some people will reply back and then make the connection, I guess.
Yeah, because sending an email is free anyway, so no harm done. Yes.
So
Okay,
far,
yes.
it's free.
So
Sorry?
far it's free.
So
So
far
far
it's
it's free.
That's clear. Hopefully, keep it that way. Okay, we have another question that Art is asking. How would you define what a good short film is?
Right. It's a really tricky questions. It's I guess it's also a matter of personal tastes. There are a lot of good movies out there that are for some people are masterpiece, and for other ones are awful movies. And I'm talking about big Hollywood movies. So it's really personal. It's really personal, and maybe it's in my opinion, a good short movie, it's something that gives me something in return while I'm watching, some emotion, some feelings, and but maybe a good short movie that I think is a good short movie, and I decide to work with this movie, then the results from film festival programmers, it's not the same, because what I thought is good for other ones can be not so good. It's part of my job also to take risk, to bet on a movie and see how it goes. Because for me it's a good movie, but then you can never tell.
Yeah, I think it can be quite subjective sometimes, right?
For the both festival and commercial purpose, I always try to find the film emotionally moved, and then like filmmakers don't need to make the film which everybody love or everybody like. It's more like this discussion. Like if like it doesn't need to be like a serious discussion like history or like politics or anything. If like it's just a comedy, after the people watch and hey, it's good film, like it's like a good comedy, you should watch, and that is kind of like a discussion about like short film. So emotionally moved, and also the people like to be discussed about your film. I think that is a good film for us as a short and also like the distribution company.
From a point of view of film festivals, and we actually do screen the short films in a program. It's just only this year that we have a venue partner that can allow us to screen each films in an exhibition format. So that's a bit different to define good short film for that particular purpose. But other than that, I totally agree with Aki. The good short film that we are looking for is the one that can stir up discussion. Is for us is a literature, so it's a very strong and special format. So then, actually, when the film festival present your short film in a program, this can be very interesting because sort of a weaker film, if I must say, if maybe it's weak on its own, but then for the whole program, it actually give the best out of this film that otherwise might be weak if it's on its own. So I think that's why it is important actually for the filmmaker to also watch out on how the film festivals present their film, so they can find opportunity as well in that manner.
Yeah. Just to follow up on some of the previous questions, what do you think we should avoid doing in short films?
I'd like to say, like, don't put everything you'd like to do. Like, short film have like a certain length. Like, our film festival is up to 25 minutes, but short film is such a shorter content. So don't put everything you want to do. If you just consider you might not need it, just take out and cut. And maybe you can use this technique to the other next project. So don't put everything you want to do. Otherwise, you're gonna film it more than 40 minutes or 1 hour or something like that.
Yeah. It just
So
goes on, right?
try to cut as much as you can. It doesn't need to be a shorter content. It doesn't need to be 15 minutes. It might be 20 minutes, but don't put everything you want. Just try to cut and try to consider, you really need this one? And if you doubt a small thing, you just take out from that short film. Yeah, people try to put everything you want to on the one short film, but short film is only less than 25 minutes, so you can't include everything. So that is maybe my advice.
I think we should avoid doing short films that is hypocritical. In other way, I think you should be sincere, because I think part of the beauty of the short films is that you can feel when it's not sincere. So I think being stray against who you are as the filmmaker, I think is something that you should avoid. That's it. Now yours, Flavio.
It's pretty hard for me from sales agent point of view, replying to this question. Maybe you as a Aki as programmer in festivals, and also Chica can tell more, as you already done, because I don't want to be involved so much in the in the process of the making the movie. I just want to watch the movie when it's done, and of course I can share my thoughts about it. Of course I can say I would have done this differently, but in the end what I want to watch is the movie done, and judge the movie like the director wanted to do it, and of course there are a lot of short movies that are too long in my opinion, and it's something that I suggest to young director is to limit the short movie to 20 minutes, for example, because it's more easy. It's more easy for the audience to watch the movie, and it's more easy for the programmers to select it, to program it, and also it's smarter for you, because you have more film festival to submit to, because there are a lot of festivals that have the limit at 20 minutes, and as filmmakers it's better to have the wider range of festival where you can submit, because as I already said, it's very difficult to get selected. So if you have a wider range, it's likely that you will get more selection. If you have 10 festivals instead of 5 where you can submit, maybe you will get some selection more.
But I think Fransiska just wanted to also ask you as a sales agent, when you are watching a film for a potential distribution, as you are watching it, do you already kind of formulate thoughts? Oh, this film, it can be suitable for this film festival, it can be suitable for this platform. Are these important considerations you take into mind before you decide whether you want to represent the film under Lights On?
Yeah, it's something that I think about it, but of course my decision to work or not to work with a project is not based on that, because I guess there is a market for any kind of short movie. Actually, for someone the market is maybe smaller, maybe it's different, but there is still a festival that programs more art house movie, and there are festivals that are more into commercial, let's say commercial shorts. So there is a market for everything, and it's not a reason why I should decide to work with a project or not. In our lineup, for example, there are shorts that last 25 minutes, and they are very art house short, and then there are short of 10 minutes that are very I don't want to say commercial, that are more audience focused, oriented. And so it's something that I think about it, but it's not a reason why I decide to work with a project or not.
How is your idea about subtitling shorts or program of shorts? Are there voluntary group of translators we could find?
Well, at Minikino Film Week, we set up a team of gladly we pay them. So not big amount of money, but we can pay them. But for the first starter, of course, it's voluntary work. So then we are committed to actually do the Bahasa Indonesia subtitle for all the official selected short films, including also the guest program. But other than that, for the past 3 years, it has also become our source of income for the festival. So we are not a government-owned film festival. So sometimes we get funding from the film festival, sometimes not. So subtitling, making closed caption, audio description is also we do it also for commercial purpose, and of course we are very much open to to even helping out. So yeah, because that's the whole purpose, like trying to keep the whole the whole system rolling. It's not only for commercial. I think at this point, I think we know people making short films, even distributing it professionally. I think there's passion and more of it than the quote industry in a way.
Right. All three of you, have been working in the film landscape for many years, and also particularly in like the short film format. What do you all think has been like the audience appetite for short films over the years? Do you all feel that it has been, people are starting to appreciate the short film format more? Has like the appreciation for short films grown like in the audience landscape over the years as well?
Appreciation to the short film is definitely growing, and also the number said like the number of the audience is bigger and bigger compared to a few years ago at short shows. So people, as like maybe we discussed before, but like people is getting to know about the short film and then respect about the format of the short film. So that's why people are getting more interested in the short film. So, and then also like, because there are so many, like even like the people can make not like a short film, but a movie by iPhone or smartphone very easily. So they just watching the short film at the same time, they can make the short film more easily compared to a few years ago. So appreciation to the short film is definitely growing. So it means short film can be marketable for sure.
I like your last line. It's very, very, very nice to wrap it up.
No, I think it's growing. And even if I wasn't able to attend so many festivals in the last year, let's say, but I think it's growing, and I think it's growing because people are getting more used to shorter form of visual narration with all this, watching TV series, TV show on internet. People are more used to watch shorter form of narration than a feature film, and I don't know if this is good, but I guess the reason is this one.
It's a culture, I think, that we all need to support. So I think I will just say it's hopeful.
That's great. Yeah, I like to think it's hopeful too. I think I would like to wrap up today's session. Thank you so much, Flavio, Chika, and Aki, for being so generous, with sharing your thoughts and ideals about short films, marketing short films. I think it's really wonderful to listen to you all. I hope the audience, you all got something out of it. You all enjoyed the talk as much as I did as well.